What's up, family? It is none other than your boy JGiddins, the father. As usual, remember to be positive, be optimistic, and keep positive people in your circle, as those three things are key to ensuring positivity is invited in your future. So I'm doing this video. I want to be clear that the primary reason that I do videos is because I want to provide information, inspiration, and insight to all. You know what I mean? One love to you, Jordan. I see all of my life's experiences as an opportunity for other people to be able to not fall into the hole that I fell into. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm one of those people, I have a lot of accountability, a lot of integrity, morality. So I don't mind people seeing my life. You know what I mean? I literally don't hide things. So that's why I feel sort of obligated to be in the position that I am. And I know a lot of fathers that I've been encountering during this journey. No pun intended. A lot of fathers I've been encountering during this journey have been letting me know that they've been feeling the same. And I know that there's a lot of children who may be going through things, and they're kind of looking around why is nobody there? Why does nobody care? You know what I mean? And I don't want to be one of those people. Now I want to say that today, what I want to discuss in this video is what took place when I went to the Maryland District Court today, and I spoke with the commissioner, and I got some assistance from my attorney as it relates to certain information regarding the family case that I'm also pursuing, and I have an attorney regarding that led me to what I decided to do. And like I said, the commissioner, after hearing the facts and taking the evidence that I had, it looks like was gonna move forward with charges. So like I said, there is gonna be a trial. So obviously, anybody who has charges filed against them has the right to represent themselves in court. But the circumstances are this: there's currently for anybody watching this, because again, I am looking to spread information with people who may not be aware of what's going on. If you look into the Maryland Judiciary case search, which you can just type in MD case search in Google, it'll pull up the Maryland case search. You can find this, which is this is a long packet that I printed out, but it's a list of everything that's taken place in our case. And the case number is 03C16009122, right? And that's a custody order which granted sole legal and physical custody to myself, the father of Journey and Justice Giddins. That was granted to me as of January 29th, 2021. And that was actually granted pending a temporary custody order, which was given to me July of 2020, which was during an investigation leading up to my permanent, custody being awarded, right? And I think that's very important because it makes sure that that the court dotted their I's and crossed their T's when they made their decision, because they gave me temporary sole custody because of the claims that I had made to the court. And then they pulled documents, they subpoenaed school records, Shepherd Pratt records, all kind of records from the institutions and things. And then they came back to us and said, after our findings, we're going to go ahead and give the dad sole custody. Now, with that being the case, I have not seen my children in about a year now. And all of the reasoning for that seems to be personal ones, you're a bum, I don't like your haircut, just stuff like that. Now, but there's other things as well. But the unfortunate thing is that each one of the things that are being stated are all things that were the previous circumstance of the party that's withholding the children. So it kind of steps on your own toe. So if you tell somebody you can't have the kids because you don't have a stable place to live, but there's evidence that you didn't have a stable place to live either, and you had the kids, it kind of conflicts with what your own message is. So it just kind of creates room for there to be belief of there being a disingenuous motive somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? That's just for somebody who has sense that is reading. But I want to show you all, for anybody who's watching this back, I want to show you all the specific law that applies. Now, I want to also make sure that I clarify what the difference between kidnapping and abduction is as it relates to, people who are going through like a custody type of situation like mine. Because my children, when I say they're kidnapped, they weren't like taken from a school playground by a stranger and taken somewhere. This was like a situation where a person with no legal rights over the children took them, right? But the language, as my conversation with the commissioner has made very clear to me, it is not kidnapping. All right, so I want to be clear, because like I said, I had a pretty extensive conversation today with one of the commissioners, and it is not kidnapping. So I'm going to be clear on that. And that is because of one thing. Let me show you why it's not kidnapping. Okay, because there is a specific statute, right? If I could get to it. Yeah, I got so many papers over here, bro. Give me one moment. Bear with me, I can't sing at all. Okay, look. So look, here, right? So here we have, right? Right? Now, for your state, you want to look up what it is for your state, right? But there's, different ways to find, right? But Section 9304, acts prohibited in Maryland, right? What does this say, right? If a child is under the age of 16 years, a relative, this is why, this word right here, a relative who knows that another person is the lawful custodian of the child may not, with the intent to deprive the lawful custodian of custody of the child, right? Abduct, take, carry away to a place within the state, right? Having acquired, they may not detain, right, for more than 48 hours, right? So, and there's more to it, right? But the point of the matter that I wanted to bring about to you all is that the language that's used is very important. So because if you're in a custody battle, to my fathers, if you're in a custody battle and, the mom is keeping the children from you, it's not kidnapping. It is abduction, because kidnapping is someone who's not a relative. And I was aware of that before, but I thought the fact that I have sole legal rights, right? Which means, because kidnapping is defined as someone removing a child from someone who's their legal guardian and out of their legal, ability. And the other person has no legal rights over the child. I thought that fit pretty well. But again, they have the ability to, in the jurisdiction, to choose what charges they would like to apply. And to think that they're going to apply kidnapping over this one, when this one obviously says relative, is a little bit outside of what you should be expecting, I'll be honest. So I want to set that expectation for any fathers out there who are looking to kind of do something about them being prevented to see their child. And I want to let a lot of fathers know that, when it comes to getting these custody orders, man, there isn't really a lot of excuse for you being denied access to your child. Not outside of like you being a threat or harm to the child, or there being some form of evidence that you are looking to do something harmful to the child. Outside of that, all the stuff like, well, he broke, he don't got no money, I don't like how he do this, I don't think he do that, all of that stuff, man. That's civil issues for you guys to go back and get a modification of the custody order, and they can present the evidence in court and say, look, he has to present proof. During the court case, you're going to have to present proof of your finances. So you're going to have to prove that you have an income to be able to take care of the children. So, the answer is normally always to file for a modification. Don't just take it into your own hands and take the children. You know what I mean? That's not what you want to do, because it doesn't paint a good picture of you. I mean, I'm in that, I'm not in that situation myself, but the other party in my case is in a situation where they literally just bogarted and said, I don't give a shit about the order. For all my fathers who might be watching this back, let me show y'all the order. Because, I mean, this is like a feat. This is like something that's really tough to accomplish. A lot of fathers are trying to. So I got soul. Let me show you all. So as you see it starts off, right? Father shall have sole legal custody. Right? And where does it say physical? Oh, father shall have primary physical custody. Right? You see that? Yeah. So, like I said, the whole thing, this order is still, you realize this order is still in standing, bro. Listen, I try to be the kind of guy where I put myself in other people's shoes, and I imagine myself having children, going to court, losing those children in court, taking those children from the other parent, denying them access, claiming that they are unfit, all while there's an order in place that was only put in place because I was denying the children from them to begin with. And I try to imagine, like, why would I want to do something like that? Like, even if I didn't like the person, or if I felt like they, I would still be like, look, you can, you can see the kids, whatever, But like I said, I don't know. It's hard to figure out people that are diabolical sometimes. Like, bro, sometimes they just, you know what I'm saying? Like, Joker just wanted to see shit burn for the, he said, my brother in the same situation, they taking him to court with some BS is wild. Yeah, I mean, you said the court should have no involvement. That's what I said in the beginning. It's funny because, I got really upset in the beginning when, when we ended up having to go to court about this custody crap, because I said, I don't want, at that point I was doing the whole white man. So I was like, man, the white man all in our business, man. But I remember saying to her, like, man, you got the white man telling us how to run our family, man, blah, blah, blah. I said, they shouldn't be telling us that. And I said, it just makes us look like buffoons, man. It makes us look like monkeys, man. And that's the way I thought about it. I said, we really sitting there, ooh, could you tell us how long he should have, how long she should have? Ooh, I don't, they don't even know us. They don't know our children. They don't know anything, but they're sitting there making decisions. It's kind of ludicrous. But then after I saw the level to which a narcissistic person will go, that shit has to be, like, lawfully detained. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, and what I mean is, like, all right, let's say you got some people on the streets and they selling stuff, and you like, yo, he got some fruits that he brought from his house. He got some apples he want to sell. Just let him sell their stuff. People walking up, buying and selling their stuff, man. Forget the law, mind their business, let them do that. And you like, oh yeah, that's cool. They just doing it. And then somebody decide they want to steal some shit, or somebody decide they want to hit them and take it. And you like, whoa, well, hold up. And now you see where, but before that happens, you can't really see it. But see, I think that everybody should have a custody order. I mean, the truth of the matter is, like, as soon as you have a baby, your ass should be going down to get the custody. I mean, because the thing about it is, man, unless you have yourself in check, you know what I'm saying? Unless you have yourself a goddess, or, somebody who you are rocking with, to the point where you can like 1,000% know that everything, you can 1,000% know that everything is going to be everything, but even still, you never want to trust. It got to make logical sense. And you got to keep your eyes open and focus on what's really happening. Don't lie to yourself. Because a lot of people, we get signs. A lot of us guys out there that's in situations where we going through, I guess what you would call, quote unquote, baby mama drama. We're going through it because of the ill decisions that we made. You know what I mean? We're going through it because we was out there trying to chase tail. We watching the music videos and then going to go see what we, going to go do what we see on the music videos. It's also because a lot of us was raised around and raised up by the very things that we sought out. The very destructive people that we forming relationships with are the very people who raised us, the very people in our families, the very people we taught to love and forgive and just allow to keep shitting on us and wiping the shit off and just they call these people family, like, you know what I'm saying? The more you grow up in that and you're around that, you just start to become it. You know what I mean? And this is why I think it's important for children to grow up around people who will show them love with nothing in exchange. You know what I mean? A lot of times, like I said, children are going to become who they are around. So you have to control the environment of children. Don't let your children just hang around anybody. Don't let them just go anywhere and stay with anybody. Make sure that you're checking in on them on a regular basis in terms of who their surrounding is, the people that they are involved in, how they feel about those people. And like I said, it's also yeah, I got you, Jordan. Yeah, just make sure that you also ask them how they feel about you. It's very important that they are able to talk to you about the things that they think you need to improve upon. This is actually one of the things that I used to do with my daughters. Like, me and my daughters took walks regularly, and we always talked about like what things would make me a better parent. And I think that getting to do that more extensively, undisturbed, will be the key to assuring that my daughters are able to remember who their father is, and sort of remember lots of key elements that were probably wiped clear, and also have some clarification of what's going on. A lot of times things can get foggy when you only are able to have access to one, side of things. That's kind of the reason why the perpetrator will normally want you to only experience one side of things, because it forces you to form a bias. But I think that my children are intelligent enough to be able to catch that, to be able to see where somebody would be trying to manipulate them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually believe that my little ones are able to do that, man. Very intelligent young ladies, man. It's funny, my daughter, Journey, my eldest, she told me, when I got her back, I think after the first time they was being kept from me, so maybe like 2020, when I first got them back. No, it was before that. It was maybe when I first, it was like 2017, 2018. We was living down on 6th Street in Brooklyn. And she had told me that she wanted to be a lawyer when she grew up. And I was like, why you want to be a lawyer? She was like, because I want to make sure that daddies get to see their daughters. I was like, I said, Journey. And now fast forward, she's saying I'm not her father. So, I wonder why that is. No coincidence, I'm sure. So, to my fathers out there, y'all stay tuned. The commissioner advised that there will be a trial. So I'll be updating you all on the trial. If anybody has any questions or concerns regarding what's going on, feel free to let me know. I have no problem with sharing information, or, you know what I'm saying? I got lots of evidence that I turned in as well. Because again, it turns into a he say, she say a lot of the time. And I don't like he say, she says. Because if you do he say, she say, it's going to be, she said I gave him to her and said I was broken, can't take care of him, so she took him. I say, she's lying. I never said that they should go with her at all. Journey asked to go with her grandmother. She took him from her grandmother and said, nigga, she going with me. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And we even had a big argument about it, to the point where her dude had to get out the car and grab her, take her back to the car. Like, so I don't know where the mix up is that I thought the kid should go to her. Like, I never in my life would say something like that. They was taken because of abuse. But anyway, if we was to do a he say, she say, it would be that. But instead, we should do a he say, she say, they say. Like, he say, she say, evidence say. You know what I'm saying? And then you start pulling up things like these here. You know what I'm saying? You start pulling up things like these here. See that Gmail logo? Right? These here. These are emails that took place during the specific times to corroborate everything I'm saying. So, I don't know, man. It's like, I guess, you know, like I said, there will be a trial regarding the child abduction charges which were filed. You know, they saw enough to charge. I mean, you can't go into a commissioner's office and just charge somebody with something. Like, you can't go in there and be like, yeah, I don't like him, I want to charge him because he's ugly. You have to have proof. You know what I'm saying? So they were willing to charge. And they're normally not even willing to charge like a mother. Like, you know, they were willing to charge. So they don't typically charge unless they're not typically willing to charge unless they have a pretty strong case. So I think that it's safe to say she's, you know, probably going to be found guilty. But I want other fathers to take a look at what's going on, because, you know, this is the only way that, you know, they may allow you access to your children. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these mothers, they feel enabled. It's not all of them. Like, I know some great mothers, bro. Like, I got a friend of mine named Kelly. You know, I call her Kels, but I got a friend of mine named Kels, man. She got 3 children. I think she got a set of twins and a daughter. And her, you know, their dads were not there. Like, I was there when she was younger, like when they was younger, and like she really held it down. She didn't even put their dads on child support. Like, she just was like, I'm gonna take care of them myself. So like, there's mothers out there who really do what they gotta do, you know. But then there's mothers who take advantage of that existence and try to like act like they're it, and they just kind of steal y'all motherhood and shit, and kind of make y'all look bad because they do some pretty fucked up shit. And they do it in the name of being a mother. And that's why people don't want to say anything to them, like, and let them get away with shit. But I'm letting other fathers know, like, bro, you got to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop just letting it slip, letting it get away. If you are a father, there is an answer regardless of what your situation is. Even if you like, bro, I messed up, I did this, I did that. You can always want to change. You can always express that you want to take some form of classes and provide proof of that, and want to have at least shared access to your child. That is something you can request. And if that's being, you know, denied, there has to be a reason for that. They're not going to just deny you access just cause, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm hoping that there's a lot of information. My apologies. I'm hoping that the information and insight that I'm giving, like, is useful to anybody out there. And there's a guy who reached out to me. He sent me an email saying that he was wanting my assistance with his personal situation. And I emailed him back. He didn't, I don't know if he got the email, but if you see this, brother, hit me back. I have no problem with it. We all in this together, man, because, you know, when I went to the commissioner, he looked at me, he said, bro, why did you wait a year? Like, that's the first thing he said. Why did you wait a year to come here and file these charges? Like, why'd you wait a year? You know what I'm saying? And I sat there and I thought to myself, and I said, man, it's crazy, because I didn't even know that I could go to a commissioner. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the fact that they think that the knowledge was available to me up front is crazy. Like, I'm sitting there, he's like, why didn't you come here a year ago? I'm like, bro, do you know what I had to go through to even know that I had to come here? Like, how many no's I had to get? How many police officers had to refuse to help me? You know what I'm saying? How many times I had to file, had to find addresses, had to, you know what I'm saying? Had to fight off the school who's trying to file truancy charges against me because she's not letting the kids go to school. Like, and then they can't find the kids, and then they, you know what I'm saying? They're not doing their work, they can't contact them. All of this stuff is going on. And you say to me, what took you a year? Not to mention I'm raising 4 other children the whole time and holding together a 4 relationship. So it's like, you know, not to say that matter. I'm just saying, like, you know, but there are reasons for that. So, and either way, it doesn't matter. You know, even if that was the case, it still doesn't matter, because the truth of the matter is nothing trumps this order. And that's why it's so important to my fathers out there that you don't just give up on your child and let the mother go to court and file for custody. Okay? Because if the mother of my children actually had custody of my children right now, like if she had the right to do what she's doing right now, I would never see my daughters. Never. She would never allow me to. But she can't because of this. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important. But it can also be used against you. Because if they have this, you ain't seeing your kids. And if you try to, they're going to get you locked up. And then you're going to sit in jail and think about the fact that you can't see your kids and never will. You know what I'm saying? That's a spot you don't want to be in. And that's why I'm trying to support this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to support this. Because every time I talk to a father who's going through the situation that I'm going through, they talk about putting their hands on somebody. Or they talk about, you know what I'm saying? They talk about something like that. And I'm like, bro, there's no point in that, because the whole goal is supposed to be to save your children and to be there for your children. You do that, you ain't never going to see them. You know what I'm saying? You lift a finger and put your hands on anybody, bro. That's immediate grounds for a protective order for them and the children. You know what I'm saying? You're not even going to... They're going to laugh at you at the trial and smile, like the lawyer and all that. So you can't win being tough. Like, I'm just saying, this is why so many kids don't have fathers. All those fathers are tough guys. They'll fight you over the kid and all of that. But they take the L on the kid, because you can't win that way. You know what I'm saying? Because the law, unfortunately, is what governs the land. We're not in the cowboy Indian times where you could just squad up with a bunch of people and ride off into the sunset. You know what I'm saying? You do that, there's gonna be consequences behind it. All y'all dumbasses going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know what I'm saying? We live in a time where you have to wake up and you have to go to work. Like, you wake up and you have to go get money. You have to make a way to pay for yourself. You can't just pick fruit off the tree. We live in an industrialist land. So all of that wild, wild west thinking, oh, you can't get no custody, or you gotta handle it yourself. Come on, cut it out with that, man. We don't even live in that time. If you feel like that, then wake up tomorrow and say, I ain't about to go work for nobody. Wake up and do that. Right, you're not. Or, or wake up and be like, I don't want to, you're going to get with the time. So, like, the time that we're in right now, the land is being governed by the same people who you getting your paycheck from, the same people who made the money. So those same people want you to follow this when somebody is fucking with you. They don't want you to use this so they can track it. You said now the kids are in a bad condition and setting. They were with my brother, my oldest niece is having sex and doing drugs probably. Oh my goodness. That's unfortunate, bro. Yeah, I mean, Yeah. Somebody commented and said, I feel bad for men who actually want to take care of their kids because of the programs women have been taught by the media. And that's facts. And she talking about stuff like, like Sexy Red, Cardi B, all that, all that stupid shit, programming girls to think like, they don't need no nigga for shit. And all of the stupid shit that's in their head, man, that's crazy. Like, why in the world, and then the women are teaching it to the young girls, and the girls are believing it, because why would somebody teach you something to hurt you that's supposed to love you? You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate that that's the truth, but that's how it goes. In life, there's always a balance. There's a positive, a negative, a up or down, a left or right. You know what I'm saying? A yin or yang. So whenever there exists a strong negative that's like hurting children, abusing children, trying to silence children, trying to harm them, and then force them to do things they shouldn't do against their will, there exists an equal force of positive that would be saving children, rescuing children, empowering children, just shedding a light on what people are doing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I view myself as, a light. That's why they want to silence me. Like, they want me to be quiet so bad, bro. Like, if I could show you the amount of fucking cease and desist letters that I got, like, saying you better not say nothing about what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, bro, how do you have the audacity to, like, have somebody kid in your house knowing that you don't have custody of them legally and be talking about, shh, you better not say nothing about it? Like, that shit trips me out, like, the audacity of these people, bro. Like, it's insane. Like, where did they get that level of, like fucking, the fuck do you think you are? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yep, mainstream wicked, coward, and agenda spells. That's why. Yeah, that's why you're taking your time with who you have kids with. Yeah, you gotta make sure that you to be honest with you, I asked the mother of my two eldest daughters to please make sure that we never had an issue with, the kids having their father, because she knew I didn't have my father. She didn't have her father. She actually really, really, really told me that she hates her mother because her mother kept her from her father and wouldn't help her find him. So that's what she told me. So it's just super duper ironic that now she's in a position where she's trying to keep her daughters from their father. Like, I don't think that's coincidence either. But, anyway, you got to be careful even if you ask that question, because I said that and she said, yeah, okay, you right, I agree with you. And then fast forward, turned around and, doing this. I mean, like I said, this didn't start until later, though, until I met my goddess. Before I met my goddess, everything was cool, because I was still willing to do certain things. We ain't gonna get into that, though. But you know what I'm saying? As a young man, I would highly recommend that everybody choose very carefully who you're willing to sleep with, because if you sleep with them, you can make a baby with them. And if you make a baby with them, that's your ass. That's your ass, Mr. Postman. All right? Not literally, just if you make a baby with the wrong one. All right? But y'all remember to be positive, be optimistic, keep positive people in your circle, as those three things are key to ensuring positivity is invited in your future. It's your boy JGiddins out. All right, Jordan. Peace and love, family.